What up? This is Joe,
This is Zach.
and this is formative number 2 for Unit 4. And we're going to be talking about one of the three uh, world cities, and we'll be talking about London in this podcast.
So essentially, there's three. There's probably. I don't know if
The
there's more,
three,
but the
there's
three main world cities are New York,
Tokyo.
Tokyo, and London,
Mm-hmm.
which means that it's just like a city that's like important throughout the world
Mm-hmm.
and like I guess globally recognized, you could say. But like London seems to be one of the. I mean, it's pretty diverse, and we have a couple of facts that we want to talk about.
Yeah, like, for example, London is the sixth biggest French city in the world, so like more people speak French in London than in Bordeaux, which is a big city in France. So that's like kind of like interesting. That's like shows the diversity in this region.
Yeah, and like another like cultural thing is that there's 300 different languages that are spoken in London, and there's at least 14 different faiths practiced, so it just shows like how like it'd be like one thing for like a country to have like 300 different languages, but like for a city to have 300 different languages, like that just shows how kind of like globally important London is.
And along with that, like London's like known for like some of their universities, which are super like well known and like well respected and well renowned.
Yeah,
So
and
like,
like I feel like the culture has a lot to do with that because like you're getting exposed to so many of these different like culture. It's kind of like a piece of like
hmm
everywhere. So you have that like experience if you do go to like decide to go to school there, which I guess is why like some of them are so like prestigious and like
yeah,
hard to get into.
like 30. Like another fact is like 37% of people in London were born actually outside of the United Kingdom. So like that also shows like diversity because it's like they're not even like naturally born there. They're like people migrating there and like going there for school, going there for jobs and other stuff.
And like it just shows like how desirable it is kind of because like it is a great city and
Like
y
they're also like trying to like make it more economically friendly. So like uh they're like one of the greener cities in the world. So like they actually dedicate a lot of space to making the city pretty green.
yeah, which is like I mean you don't really see that especially in like if you think of like New York or like Tokyo, I kind of get this like dirty, like
Not
grimy kind of
Tokyo.
like
Tokyo's a very beautiful city, but like I'm thinking more like China's like Beijing. Like that's very polluted. Like if you know, because like I'm pretty
yeah,
sure Tokyo's actually pretty nice. Like they have a bunch of foliage and a bunch of plants.
yeah, no, like I feel like
But
but
yeah,
yeah, like
yeah, London is like I feel like they're
I don't know,
very.
I feel like if you compare all three of them, like London's definitely the most like if I picture it, it's definitely the most like open
hmm
aired and like I guess like prettiest picture, I guess you could say.
Yeah, like when you think of London, you think of like that gigantic Ferris wheel. You think of like Big Ben. You think of like all these like just
Yeah, but you
gorgeous
don't think of
buildings.
like when I think of like New York, I kind of think of like
Busy
kind of like
traffic, bad
yeah,
place, like annoying people that are angry all the time.
and like grimy. Like Tokyo, I think of like the neon lights and kind of like the
hmm
big like bright buildings, but like New York's kind of the opposite where it's just kind of like grimy and like almost dark, which like I don't know, I've never been there, but like that's just kind of how like it
Yeah.
like shows itself.
Yeah, but yeah, like I think London deserves to be a world city. That place is pretty unique and it's a focal point in our world. So that'll be the end
I
of our
agree.
podcast.